we're looking at space. Let's go backstage. Hi everyone and welcome to Backstage. If you haven't tuned in before, this is the place where we explore the many elements of drama and theatre. So, if you like to be creative and perform, this is the show for you. Before we go any further, let me introduce you to our backstage crew, Aisha and Annie. Oh, and I'm Adrian. Today when we look at space, we're going to be thinking about actor-actor relationships within a space and actor-audience relationships within a space. Think of the last live performance you saw.
Where was the audience in the space?
Where were the actors in the space?
What is a space?
Let's have a look. Not that type of space. This is a space.
This is a space.
This is a space.
This is a
This is a space.
This is a space.
This is a space. This is a space.
This is a space.
Space involves the way the actor or actors use the performance area to define settings, represent status, create symbolic meaning, transform place or location, and create actor-audience relationships. This may be achieved through the use of levels, proximity, and depth, all of which we will explore today. So first, let's look at how we can use levels to enhance our performance space. In drama, levels give the stage a more visual interest, and the various levels can be useful as they allow different characters the opportunity to communicate different status, represent different locations, or may just allow the audience to see particular bits of the action more clearly.
Watch Aisha as she transforms her space and setting by simply utilizing 3 different levels. Wow, isn't that something? Transformation of place using levels. Fascinating.
As well as having the ability to transform space and setting, levels can also indicate character status in a performance. How our stage space is used will affect how the drama will look. So what happens when we add multiple people? Different movements? More props? More set? Or nothing at all? Let's check it out. When the performer is in an empty space, it places focus on them and allows for greater emphasis on the actor's characterization. The movement of the actor within the space comes to the forefront, as how they use the space will influence the scene. This type of space is commonly featured in non-naturalistic performances. When the space utilises minimal set and fragmentary props, this can add to the meaning or message of the performance and can help the audience recognise symbol within the piece. The movement of the actor again becomes important as it can create a more visual interest. This again is common in non-naturalistic performances. Sets within a performance can alter the space dramatically. In a space which is full of props and set, we see an authentic and realistic setting in which the actors have much more to work with and less focus is placed on them as compared to minimalistic sets. These sets also add to the mood or atmosphere trying to be created on stage.
Now let's take a step out from behind the scenes and take a seat in the audience. Specifically, we're going to have a look at the actor-audience relationship. The positioning of the audience traditionally has been in front of a large stage, with the actors being represented here by Aisha and Adrian, playing out a scene, and the audience watching on from a static, seated position in front of the stage. The audience in this case is being represented by the chairs. This has been a popular way of setting up a performance and is still popular to this day. If you've been to the theatre, chances are you would have sat in this setup. As we come into modern times and look at the impact that positioning can have on the audience and their viewing of the show, we start to explore many different ways of setting up the space. Here are a few examples and a brief look at the impact and the use of each setup. Although confronting, this type of performance is excellent at manipulating the audience and making them focus and pay attention to the action being presented. It also creates a much more intimate performance, enhancing emotions and movement. Actors within the audience not only break, they smash the fourth wall. By sitting amongst the audience, the actor is able to connect on a much more personal level with the audience members. More commonly seen in fashion parades, this way of presenting allows the creators to set up a journey of sorts for the audience. They each have a different experience depending on their location in the line. In this setup, the actors in the centre are able to be viewed from all around. This means there is no front or back of the space. The audience is privy to all happenings and the actors must be aware of their body positions at all times. A journey controlled by the creators, in this case, the audience is led or walks freely from one scene to another, coming across different actors within a lengthy space. This type of performance is effective at creating story through journey. It is also effective at waking the audience up and making them think, listen, and engage. That's all we've got time for this week. Join us next week when we discover stillness and silence.